All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Thursday morning. It is time for Veterans News. Hank Whittier is not in the studio. Gary Pascale sitting in the captain's seat. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Larry, and good morning, veterans, and good morning, listeners. And with me this morning, I have Marine Corps Sergeant James Curley and Marine Corps Master Sergeant Don Williams with us. And we do have some casualties to report this morning. I don't have any Department of Defense casualties, but I do have some firefighter casualties, and I have several law enforcement casualties that I would like to share. From the fire department, we have Lieutenant Kevin McRae, who was with the Washington, D.C. Fire Department in Washington, D.C. For the law enforcement casualties, again, we have several. This seems to have been a bad week for law enforcement. We have Police Officer Brian Moore of the New York City Police Department. Officer Moore's end of watch was on May 4th of 2015. We have Sergeant Greg Moore, who was with the Coeur d'Alene Police Department in Idaho. His end of watch was May 5th, 2015. And we have Lieutenant Eric A. Easley of the Legionnaire Township Police Department in Pennsylvania. His end of watch was May the 5th, 2015. My gosh, there's just so many here today. And we have Police Officer Benjamin Dean of the Hattiesburg, Mississippi Police Department. His end of watch was May 9th, 2015. And along with Police Officer Dean, we have another police officer from the same department who was killed at the same time. And his name is Police Officer LaCory Tate, also again of the Hattiesburg Police Department in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And his end of watch was also May 9th, 2015. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the families of this firefighter and these law enforcement officers.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
And Larry's given me a note here I want to pass on and share to our listeners, since we, the military folks, have such a close tie to law enforcement and the firefighters. Tonight, the May 14th at 7 p.m., the county leaders and staffs with representatives of various local agencies and citizens are going to meet for the annual Fallen Officer Memorial Ceremony. This is going to be at the McPherson Government Complex. and which is located at 601 Southeast 25th Avenue. That's right next to where we pay our taxes and buy our tags. And again, this is Thursday, May 14th. That's tonight at 7 p.m. If you want some more information on this, or if you wish to attend, it's going to be a candlelight vigil in honor of the fallen officers, and everybody that comes can participate. And again, we're going to have a lot of representatives from all the local law enforcement agencies and the government agencies. If you want more information, contact Captain James Pogue of the Marion County Public Sheriff's Information Office, and you could reach him at 352-368-3527. Again, that's 352-368-3527. Sergeant Curley, I think you got a golf tournament coming up, and that you want to talk about it?
Yes, I would like to talk about it. First of all, I'd like to mention the fact that tonight is also our VFW monthly meeting night. We have a lot of things on schedule and a lot of things we have to take care of. Therefore, I would not be at the Fallen Memorial for the police officers and whatnot, but my hearts and my prayers will be with those who are there, and we ask that you have a sober experience at that memorial. We do have the 6th annual VFW Post 7193 scramble golf tournament. It's going to be at the Pine Oaks Golf Course, and it's Saturday, May 16th. There's a registration period between 8 and 8:30 a.m. with a shotgun start. The format is a 4-player team scramble. The entry fee is $60 per player, which includes your lunch and free-range balls as well as a golf cart. We have several contests. One of them is the long drive contest for men and the women, and also the contest that gives us a prize for closest to the pin. The mulligans are $2 each. 50-50 tickets are $1 each, and prizes will be given for first, second, and third place teams. And the field is limited to 100 players. For those who would like to come and pre-register, you can call Ron Reese at 352-281-2685, or Mrs. Lizzie Lennon at 352-351-3599, or Calvin Bostic. His number is 352-512-3157. Remember that all the proceeds, after all the expenses are paid, will go directly to the Brady Owens Community Center / VFW Post Home, located at 3140 Northwest Old Gainesville Road. So we thank you and ask that you continue to help us and participate in this, because this is a center that will enhance, and also it will be the benefit of the entire Marion community, Marion County, Ocala community, as well as a little tiny spot on it for just the veterans of VFW Post 7193. So we thank you for your help, and we also thank you for your continued support as we endeavor to get this 13,000 square foot building built and occupied. Thank you very much.
Amen to that. Because I look at that spot every time I go by it and say, a little more, and God's help, pretty soon we'll have it.
Amen.
Now, it wouldn't be possible to have Veterans News Hour without our wonderful sponsors. WOCA Radio puts us on every week. God bless them, and we want to thank you.
Yes.
And Bob Wines, Camellia Garden and Nursery, they've been keeping things blooming here in beautiful Ocala since 1952. We still got that good weather out there. Memorial Day's coming. You want to get them yards looking good. So when it comes to your landscaping needs, Bob Wines has it. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. Anything from small plants to large plants, trees, fertilizers, and much more. And get this, if you buy a tree from them and they plant it, they'll guarantee that tree. So if that tree dies, you get another one for free. You can't beat a deal like that. Now, Bob Wines is located at 2610 Southeast 38th Street in beautiful Ocala. And when you go in to buy your plants at Bob Wines, tell them you're a veteran and tell them you heard about them on WOCA Radio, and you get a 10% discount off them beautiful plants and flowers that you may purchase or your gardening needs there. And we also want to thank the wonderful Ocala Ford dealers. And when we say Ocala Ford dealers serve Gainesville, Leesburg, the Villages, and also Bellevue, which is just a little bit south of us. If you want more information on a Ford, you can visit the main office in Ocala here. It's been there forever. 2816 North Pine, and the Ford dealership there. Now, if you don't want a new car, they have used cars. If you have a Ford and you need some parts or you need it repaired, bring it on in. And if you don't want to buy a new or a used one, think about leasing. They do that also. So no reason you shouldn't be driving a Ford.
We'll take a little break, and then we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be partly sunny today. There can be a shower or thunderstorm around this afternoon and evening. Our high today, 85 at the coast, 90 inland. Later tonight, partly cloudy, though 68 inland, 73 on the coast. For tomorrow, partly sunny with a shower or thunderstorm, mainly during the afternoon hours. The high 83 on the coast, 88 inland. And for Saturday, a mix of sun and clouds with a shower or thunderstorm, mainly during the afternoon hours. High 84 to 88. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
Wow, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Who did this?
P&P Tikis and more, of course. Now I have a tiki hut for shade, and I can enjoy the sounds of my cascading fountain while feeding my koi fish in my own pond. They even fixed my fence and redid all my landscaping. Nice to see a professional, reliable, family-owned business. Yes, P&P Tikis is the natural Florida tiki builder and water features designer. With free estimates, P&P Tikis is licensed and insured. Call 352-877-3307 for your very own tiki hut and more. That's 352-877-3307. P&P Tikis.
So you need a credit card, but how do you choose? Let's compare the big banks to Florida Credit Union. They have rewards, and we do too. They have customer service. Hello, 24/7. They have celebrities. Hey, Danny. But with Florida Credit Union, there's no annual fee, no liability for fraudulent charges, and no 22% interest rates. Choose Florida Credit Union, and you'll not only have a great credit card, but you'll have the support and personal touch that the big banks, well, can't touch. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Federally insured by the NCUA.
1370 WOCA.
All right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's return to Veterans News. Gary Pascale. Gary?
Yeah, Sergeant Curley was just talking about golf tournaments, and you know, I'm not a golfer, but I've been blessed lately by some golf tournaments. You know, Vets Helping Vets, we work on the donation from veterans and friends of veterans. That's how we operate, and that's how we're able to help other veterans. And I just want to throw this out that the Stone Creek Veterans Club, they had a big golf tournament last week, and they presented us with a very generous check. So we want to thank the folks at the Stone Creek Veterans Club. And also, this week, we were presented with a check by the Spruce Creek Preserve Military Veterans Club, who also had a golf tournament, and they presented us with a very generous check that we're going to be able to do a lot of help for veterans. And also this week, you know, it's been one of them blessed weeks. That was last week, I'm sorry, but this week the Parrot Heads, they didn't have a golf tournament, but they had an event down there in the villages, the Parrot Heads of the villages, and they presented us with a very generous donation. So, you know, God's been blessing Vets Helping Vets this week. So, you know, bless Sergeant Curley and his group with that golf tournament. Get out there and participate. have a good time because we all want to see that Brady Owens post built. I've been looking at it for a long time. I don't live that far from it, and it would benefit a lot of veterans. It'll be a lot of affairs we could have there, and it would be a good place where we don't have to have a high price, and you get to have a good time and fellowship with the veterans. Who you got any special guests or anybody coming?
Not right away. We're still in the process of trying to get everything all lined up so that we can have the like you said, the Brady Owens Community Center open as soon as August of 2016. That's our deadline. So we got to get it done, and we got to continue doing what we got to do in order to make sure that this goes forward. You can't stop in the middle of a project like this, because that means you got to get everything all revamped, and you got to get all the 18 different permits from 18 different departments, and so it's a lot of headache. But so now that we got everything all taken care of, we now have to continue with this effort to get this building built.
And it's in a good spot now that they got that road that goes all the way through there. Was
Exactly.
it 35th there? Right off there. It's easy to get to. It's easy to find. I'm looking forward to it myself.
Yes, and it's just off the main drag, which is 441 and 301. Just not even a half a block. You can actually see the traffic coming back and forth off of when you sit there in Gainesville Road. So we're just looking forward to hurry up and get this place built so we can continue to serve Marion County / Ocala, Florida.
Well, next week, we got a special show coming up for you, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Of course, Hank will be here. I won't, but Hank will be here next week, and he's going to bring on Dr. Knapp and his crew, and it'll be an hour show. So they always got good stuff. When Dr. Knapp comes to the radio station, good things happen. Right. He's always got good health news and stuff like that. So look forward to that. Make sure you tune in for the hour show. You'll be able to call in, and ask the staff. He brings questions. And your information about your health care and all that stuff, because us veterans need to keep up with stuff like that. And seeing as they're going to do the health care show next week, I thought we would just take a few minutes today while we got it and talk about the upcoming Memorial Day, which will be the last Monday in May, and I believe that's the 26th, isn't it, Larry? That's Monday in May, or is it the 25th? Well, it'd be a week from this Monday.
The 25th, yeah. 25th.
Memorial Day is coming, and at the Veterans Park, they always got a lot of events, for Memorial Day there. So, check out their website or call over there. But just to talk a little bit about Memorial Day, Memorial Day is a very special day to veterans because it honors those men and women who died while serving their country. Right. It originated back in 1868, following the Civil War. Actually, even a little bit before that, some people were doing it. A lot of people don't realize it, but the Civil War claimed more American lives than any other conflict. And Memorial Day, actually, the first Memorial Day when it was started, it was started in little towns and stuff like that, and they would decorate veterans' graves, and they called it Decoration Day. They didn't call it Memorial Day. They just wanted to kind of honor the war dead, and they decorated the graves throughout the towns. And then one day in Arlington, Virginia, in 1868, a general was making a speech, and there was about 5,000 people present, and there was 20,000 graves at the time in Arlington, and they were Union and Confederate soldiers. And the 5,000 people, after the speech, they went ahead and they decorated the graves, and it kind of became a tradition after that. And in 1971, it became a federal holiday. And, we celebrate it today. We no longer call it Decoration Day, but, we do officially call it Memorial Day. There used to be, in a divided nation, there used to be a separate Memorial Day in the South and a separate day in the North. But now, thank God, it's all the same. So, it's something we want to remember the basis of a holiday, because a lot of times today it's lost, because when you think of Memorial Day, to a lot of people it just marks the unofficial beginning of summer, but it's got a much deeper meaning. And I don't know if the VFW does it, but I know the Legion does it. We give out the poppies. Does the VFW do that too, Sergeant
Yes, we
Curley?
do. Yes, we do. Mhm.
And of course, the poppies originated, from Flanders Field, in a poem. I don't remember the author's name. I should have wrote it down, about World War I. And of course, again, a lot of casualties there, and that war also. And that was supposed to be the war to end wars. But as we know, in our lifetime, there's been a lot more. So when you see the VFW or you see the American Legion taking those poppies, that's always my favorite remembrance. I like to take one, and I like to put it on the visor of my vehicle, and I kind of keep it till the next year. And that reminds me, my dad was a World War II veteran, and my grandfather was a World War I veteran, so the poppy is very special to me. You'll probably see them at the Walmarts and the Kmarts.
Yes,
and
you will. 27th and 28th.
So go ahead and put some money in there, because it goes to a good cause. These veteran services. Like Sergeant Curley says about getting that Brady Owens built. It's not just for the fact that we got a building. Service organizations service the community.
That's right.
And not only just veterans, but the families of veterans and and other members of the community.
All right.
It's a great thing to have. So when you're cooking your hamburgers and you're cooking your hot dogs this year on that great Memorial Day weekend, and there's nothing wrong with doing that, having your backyard barbecues or going to the lake, but don't forget to just take a few minutes out, with your family, and have a prayer or have a moment of silence for those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. All gave some, but let's never forget that some gave all.
And
Don?
also some still give.
Amen. Continue to give. Don, you got anything to say about Memorial Day?
It's something that needs to be revived. In other words, the people have a tendency to take holidays as one to have a few drinks or more, and they're forgetting about what price is paid by the veteran and their families and everything else like that. And we have a tendency to have a government that takes these men and women for granted and send them off to do their bidding, and sometimes beyond our approval. So we've got to stand up in these times that try men's soul and honor these veterans and carry on what they've earned. And if you go back in history to count the numbers that have died since 1775 in those eras, and it's really a price that's not cheap. And
it's horrendous numbers. We've lost a lot of people. I remember I grew up in a small town, and my biggest memories of Memorial Day is the World War II soldiers. In the 50s, they would put their uniforms back on, and they would go to the cemetery and they would place little flags on each grave as a tribute to their fallen comrades. And I believe today at the national cemeteries, the Veterans Organization, Sergeant Crowley, they go out there, and the American Legion and the VFW, and they give a hand out there, because I know Bushnell is our closest one.
Right.
A lot of veterans buried out there. I wouldn't want to care to guess the number, but it's nothing like Arlington, but I mean, you can see rows and rows and rows of those little white tombstones.
They add them every day, 5 days a week.
Yeah, there's constantly,
Yes.
probably 20 to 30 burials go on there every
day. Yes.
Got about a minute and a half, Gary.
Well, again, we just want to thank you for listening. And if you're a veteran, we want to thank you for your service. And if you're a veteran that needs some kind of service, or you need food, or you just need to be referred, or there's something Vets Helping Vets can do, that's exactly as the name applies what we do, give us a call. Our phone number is area code 352-4 833-2320, and we're located at the Neighborhood Storage Facility at 1527 Northeast 8th Avenue. We're there Monday through Friday, and once a month we do a Saturday, and we'll be announcing that. We were there last Saturday, but we'll be announcing the Saturday we'll be doing in June. Hank will probably do that next week. We're there from 8 o'clock in the morning until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday through Thursday. And on Fridays, we're there from 8 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock to serve our fellow veterans. Hank Whittier's been doing this for a long time. We love veterans. We are veterans. Thereby, we get the name Veterans Helping Veterans, and if there's something we can do to help you, we'd be glad to see you. There's always coffee, there's always donuts, and you bottle of cold water. Whatever we can do, come and see us. We'd love to have you.
Thank you.
God bless America.
God bless America.
There you go.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. An Amtrak engineer has not yet spoken to investigators about driving the train up to 106 miles an hour in a 50-mile-an-hour